and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to tell you a couple of stories of how I've personally witnessed a couple of sharks freak out. One of them involves an 8-year-old girl who managed to scare away. One of the stories involves an 8-year-old girl managing to scare away 7 large great whites. My crewmate annoyingly scaring away a 4-meter hammerhead that was right next to me. And how I also regrettably scared away a tiger shark. So let's start with the first one. I went cage diving in Mossel Bay in South Africa when I was about 11 years old. It was amazing. I'll try to find some photos of that dive and post it up on the video so you can see really pixelated shots of great whites. We were taking turns going into the cage. It was a very active day. They don't often see as many great whites as they did coming past the cage. It was incredible. And then they made a mistake. They put an 8-year-old girl in the shark cage by herself. I feel for that girl. She saw a shark coming and she started to freak out and scream. And after that, we didn't see the sharks again. The sharks went, nope. I'm not dealing with a screaming 8-year-old girl. The girl was traumatized, the sharks were traumatized. And that is how an 8-year-old managed to scare away 7 large great whites by simply screaming. The second story, I was doing a bit of a shark dive. I was sitting at the bottom at about 25 meters and this amazing, majestic hammerhead came right next to me. I would say it's probably about 4 meters long. And I just remember it being this dark shark. I look over my shoulder and it's just there. And I'm like, wow, this thing is like the coolest thing ever. And then my crewmate, who was a bit behind me, was like, through her regulator, and I'm like, why? Because after she said that, the shark took a sharp turn and swam away. And I'm like, why? Why must you do this to me? ¿Por qué? That was how she managed to scare away a large hammerhead. The final story was I had this amazing encounter with a tiger shark a few months ago where I wasn't expecting to see one. I simply just jumped off the back of the boat to stare at some sharks because it was a busy day and that's how I just unwind. If I've got some free time on the boat, I'll just go and jump into the water and watch the sharks at the back of the boat. In this case, I jump in the water and I just see this blur of a tiger shark and I'm like, oh, okay, that's there. So I just back up a bit close to the boat and keep an eye out for her to come back. Now, she came back a second time. This is where this clip came from. She comes up past the bait box, swims past me and then just goes on her way. And then I see her a third time where she goes up close to the surface and away. And then me being incredibly excited, seeing my first tiger shark. You can hear me in the footage. I screamed in like a squee kind of way. And the shark was like, nope. And it swam away. So those are 3 examples of how I've personally witnessed large sharks get pretty freaked out by simply too much noise. Now, this isn't backed by science. This is just my anecdotal evidence of witnessing sharks freak out over people screaming. Every shark is different. This is not a guaranteed deterrent method. But in my observations in the past, large sharks are actually a bit nervous of people and loud noises. When we do shark dives, we have to breathe really carefully through our regulators not to throw a bunch of bubbles in their face because they don't like it. They don't like the loud noise. It's not their jam, it's not their vibe. When you do encounter a large shark, if you ever do, and you wanted to stick around, keep calm, don't scream, don't squeak like I did, and it'll stick around for probably one of the best shark encounters of your life. Those are my stories. That's what I've seen that scares sharks. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. And until next time, bye bye.